everybody, Hamer here again with another Mission Impossible episode review. Today I'm going to be doing Season 1, Episode 22, which is called The Confession. So we start out with Dan getting his instructions at a photo gallery. The mission is about a foreign trade delegate named Andres S01E22. He's been charged with killing U.S. Senator Townsend, but not for his government. Something more is going on, and the IMF has to get to the bottom of it. The usual team is assembled for this. Dan suspects that Senator Townsend's major backer, R.J. McMillan, is involved, and using the situation to turn Townsend into a martyr, which will heat up the Cold War. Rollin, as a prisoner, gets put into S01E22's cell, and neither of them like the arrangement. He gets the intimidated S01E22 to watch for guards while he cuts pages out of a book in order to hide a gun. Lawyer Barney arrives, and during their argument, Barney sticks the gun in the book. S01E22 finds the gun later that night and calls for a guard, so Rollin is forced to threaten him with it directly, but tells him he doesn't intend to kill S01E22, or he would have done it already. McMillan stirs up the press about Townsend's death, and reporter Cinnamon invites him to tell his side of the story about Townsend for her magazine. He agrees. During their chat, McMillan gets a call from the governor, actually Dan, who asks him to take Townsend's Senate seat, but keep the offer a secret. Cinnamon wants to scoop the story, but agrees to wait if McMillan gives him an exclusive story with pictures for their next issue, and he has no choice but to agree under the circumstances. Rollin and S01E22 are told that they are going to court together, with Rollin telling his cellmate that he plans to break free from the cops, and if S01E22 is smart, he should keep his mouth shut and stay out of the way. But they end up handcuffed together, with court photographer Willie putting a wrench in Rollin's pocket as the prisoners are carted away. During the ride, Rollin surprises a guard with his pistol, knocks him out, and tries to unlock the handcuffs, but the key breaks off, leaving the pair stuck to each other. They jump out of the van and into Willie's car, with S01E22 twisting his ankle badly on the way out. Willie dumps the two at an abandoned garage where they manage to separate themselves, and Rollin suggests the two go to S01E22's embassy, who should be very glad to see him and help him get out of the country. Meanwhile, Barney prepares a painting of McMillan and then covers it over with white gloss, as well as an artist set with a hidden camera inside. Cinnamon and Dan go to McMillan's house with the equipment, and artist Dan starts to paint, but what he's doing is really just removing the gloss over the painting. Barney and Willie are outside in the surveillance van. A call comes in about S01E22's escape, which McMillan says is further evidence of a communist conspiracy, and even the police seem to be involved. S01E22 gains a bit of nerve and arms himself with a pipe, telling Rollin that he can't go to his embassy because he wasn't acting on their orders. He asks Rollin to leave him behind and they can split up, but Rollin, of course, won't do that because he knows S01E22 will dime him to the police. S01E22 is forced to play his last card. He says that he can get some money from a mysterious friend who he won't name until his lame attempt to attack Rollin backfires, and then he admits that he was working for McMillan the whole time. Meanwhile, as the painting halts for the night, McMillan admires Briggs's work so far, even trying a yellow brush to accent part of it, but it shows a green paint instead. Dan is able to explain it by saying that the base in that area was blue before, which fortunately McMillan accepts as an explanation. Dan and Cinnamon head to the surveillance truck as Rollin and S01E22 break into McMillan's room, as the IMF relays their camera to network TV. McMillan denies being involved in the scheme, but S01E22 says that he was paid with money from a safe whose location he knows. As McMillan prepares to open the safe, a figure appears. It's Senator Townsend. His death was faked as part of their plan to root out communists from America. Rollin shows them the camera and tells them the entire thing's being broadcast, and that's the end of that plan. Mission accomplished. I'm going to give this episode a grade of C+. What's good about it, David Shiner, who plays S01E22, is quite good as, a bullied, intimidated, scared man in, not his native land, doesn't know what to do, caught up in a whole bunch of events that, he has no control over, and it's like, what am I going to do? This whole thing has spiraled out of control sort of thing. He comes back in many other episodes over the next few seasons, and all those episodes tend to be better because of his presence. I really like him as part of the show. The plot moves at an okay pace for this one. There's a little bit of plotting and padding, and kind of to flip over to what I don't like about the episode. Pat Hingle, wonderful actor who plays Macmillan, but just his whole shtick just becomes very, very grating. I know it was kind of a hot button thing at the time, back in the 60s, but the rise of communism and the specter of communism taking over America. But it's there's a fair bit of padding, and when a character is that repetitive, it's generally not a good thing, and it's not that great here. The plot, as I mentioned, moves at an okay pace, but it's not really fantastic. It's just kind of average. Most of what we needed to know we were told in the first 5 minutes. So there's that. Kind of weird to me that, as I was alluding to before, it's interesting in today's world about the sort of like populist stuff that Macmillan spouts about the specter of communism. It's kind of poignant today about how it can still be so easy to scare people, and the extent to which people are willing to go to in order to kind of try and prove a point and say, hey, come on guys, you really have to be scared of this thing here. Poignant even today, I feel. Just something I wanted to make a note of. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments. And I'll see you next time.